Hi, and welcome to 6th grade math. We will be adding and subtracting decimals today, starting with chapter 3, lesson number 1. And our goal for today is to be able to add and subtract decimals. Most of you should have already learned to do this, so this should be a review day. Okay, so let's get started. To add decimals, we line up the decimal points, then add digits in the same place value position. Here we have 14 and 2/10 added to 23 and 5/10. So we take 14.2 and we add it to 23.5. Then we've lined up our decimals right here. They're in the same position, therefore my tenths are in the same place, my ones are in the same place, and my tens are all in the same place. So now we're just going to add. 2 plus 5 is 7, and then I bring my decimal point straight down. 4 plus 3 is also 7, and 1 plus 2 is 3. So my answer is 37 and 7/10. Here's another one, let's try. 54 and 7/10 plus 21 and 4/10. So when I just line up my decimal, so there's my decimal, I'm going to put my 4 on that side of it and my 21 on the other side of it. Add those together. 7 plus 4 is 11. Carry my 1. 4 plus 1 is 5, plus 1 is 6, and 5 plus 2 is 7. Now, again, my decimal just comes straight down. So my answer is 76 and 1/10. To subtract decimals, line up the decimal point, then subtract digits in the same place value position, just like we did with the addition. However, you may need to annex or place zeros at the end of the decimal in order to subtract. So let's look at our first example here. We have 9 and 543 thousandths and 3 and 671 thousandths. So I'm going to move them down. So 9 minus 3 and 671 thousandths. When I subtract those, 3 minus 1 is 2. I can't subtract 7 from 4, so I have to come over here and borrow. So 14 minus 7 now is 7. 4 minus 6 is not possible, so I have to borrow or regroup. 14 minus 6 is 8. Bring down my decimal, and then 8 minus 3 is 5. So 5 and 872 thousandths is my answer for that. In the description of subtracting decimals, I talked about annexing zeros. This is a perfect example of having to annex zeros. So here we have 14 subtract 9.09. My problem is 14 doesn't have a decimal. But every whole number has a decimal. We just don't write it out of convenience. So 14 is actually going to have a decimal right behind it. Now, if I were to line up my decimals, all of a sudden, I am missing some numbers right here. In order to fill that, we have to annex zeros in to fill my spaces, because I can't take 9 away from nothing. I have to give it something. Even a 0 is something compared to nothing. So now I can't subtract that, so I go clear over to my 4, turn that into a 3. My first 0 becomes 10, turned it into 9. Next 0, 10 minus 9 is 1. 9 minus 0 is 9. Bring my decimal straight down. And now I have 13 subtract 9, which is 4. So 4 and 91 hundredths. Now it's your turn to do the following math problems in your math journal. There are 3 that need to be done. These will be due tomorrow. First thing when you come to class, you'll open your journal, lay them out on your desk so I can go around and check quickly that they are complete. So enjoy adding and subtracting decimals, and we'll see you tomorrow.